We've hunted and we've found incredible finds together. Welcome back to the channel. Karen here for Ozone Fine Art Ventures. On this day, out on a very wet beach, we found one of the most unusual and exciting Jaspers ever, and I left it behind. Have you ever gone literally football fields away and had an inexplicable urge to go back and get something? I did, and indeed it made it back into my bag and home safely. There were big plans for this Jasper, riddled with druzy pockets, little orbiculars, marcasite, and varying hues to meet the saw. It would have to be a big saw. It waited around for the rest of the year. And then Theo Kellison invited us to take part in the Makers Challenge. What is that, you ask? Invited channels create something special, so far fairly outside their comfort zone, and presented during a designated period. The channels participating for this one will be in the description. Well, you can only imagine that this rock and I had some good times. I've mentioned before, you have to spend time with a rock. Look deep into its eyes to find out what it wants to be. Have I really said that before? Good old Rocky Rock even became best friends with Ochiko, and they had spent hours together having fun in the sun on the balcony. His favorite pastimes included walks on the beach, basket weaving, and of course, playing the drums. He got pretty good. Okay, here we go. As with all things, those times came to an end, and it was time for the next chapter in this rock's life. Hey wait, what happened to the big saw? I thought we were going to use the big saw and see what's inside. Alas, that is not what this rock wanted to be. The first cuts are always the hardest. You have a vision, but like a blank canvas, it's hard to know where to start. So yeah, we're carving this bad boy. We're starting off using a 180 grit diamond burr. This is a 10mm disc on a Dremel flex shaft. It cuts almost like drawing, but the name of the game with carving is removing material as opposed to building it up. It's the complete reverse of fabrication, like with metalsmithing, which is my usual approach to sculpture, albeit small format, as in jewelry making. You can see that I scored this area. I need to do some big removal, and this is going to help. This again is a Jasper. It lands on the hardness scale at around a 7 out of 10, like the other hard crypto-crystalline silicates such as agate and chalcedony. It's fancy like those too. Check out these little orbs, they're so detailed. I wasn't alone a fair amount of the time. There were critters all over the place, like this cute little jumping spider that startled me into dropping my phone off the second-story balcony. Don't worry, the spider's okay. It's nice to have a wide variety of diamond burrs to use for different tasks. Each shape will make a unique cut. And when you're trying to shape the spaces, the technique for carving away, you can use each burr like a painter would use different paintbrushes, different shapes and sizes to create appropriate marks for a painting. Well, I've painted a lot of paintings, and this has to be the hardest one. This is actually the very first large format sculpture I've done. Out of wood, out of stone, seriously, at all. So I may have some slow techniques here. I'm a beginner, not my wheelhouse, all the way in a different boat as it were. I've always wanted to do something like this though. For decades, this challenge opened the door. Slow progress, you gotta love it. What am I, Snow White? These woodland creatures coming and loving on me? How awesome. this project took me untold hours, and these little guys helped me to take breaks where they were way overdue. So right now I have to mention these wonderful burrs in different shapes and sizes to get to be my Michelangelo brushes on my Sistine Chapel. They really took a beating. In fact, I completely obliterated dozens of burrs. Dozens. I even bought a very spendy sintered wheel for cutting and killed that in under an hour. Gnarly business. And it's all fun and games until it starts raining. Y'all know that I love to work outside with my happy low-tech carving station. To keep working, I had to set up inside to avoid electrocution. My spare bathroom will definitely do. My point here is to be flexible when trying something new. I was burning through my burrs and I didn't have any alternatives. Or did I? Way back when I carved through the matrix to discover beautiful fossil shells from our local beaches, I used some of the grindstones that would come with the rotary tools. It turns out that these removed the Jasper in a decent fashion. Project saved. For now. So if you're thinking of that handful of burrs being a considerable waste, well, you're right. I wish they had lasted longer. But I have this wonderful recycle hack that will put them straight back into business. It's great timing. I can really use their new identities. I'll make another video showing you how you can reuse the burned out burrs that you might have. Gotta love it. And you gotta love Oregon weather. We're back outside, and that's a good thing because I need to remove a bunch of this rock, and this is the perfect place to do it. Thank goodness for sunny autumn days. Warm enough to work out on the balcony, and it really makes it easier to see your subject. Lighting really helps. So do good views. Calms the frustrated soul if the grind is too grindy. Back to the pleasure of the grindy grind. There was something really empowering about pushing into the rock and having the parts cleave away, with this beautiful creature emerging. I learned how far you could push a tool too. The Dremel joined the Burs shrapnel pile, all for the good of the cause. It's so seriously exciting to see this shape up. In this regard, sculpting is like drawing. You create a loose sketch and then tighten in the details. The big stumbling point with carving is that you can't put it back once you remove it. There's no eraser and then draw it again. If anything, you just have a handful of erasers and that's what you do all the work with. I thought I'd show you some of the different shapes of the erasers. Every single one of them is handy to have in your quiver. I'll put the materials I used in the description, just in case your next project is a life-size octopus carved from Jasper. I think one of the coolest details of the octopus are those suckers. Having the right tool to create these shapes was a total plus. Each one of those tentacles on a real octopus has its own brain in addition to the one it's got in its head. No wonder these guys are loners. They have 9 brains chatting amongst themselves. Once the details are in, it's time to get the pre-polish going. Oh, how I wish I could use the flat lab for smoothing and polishing this. But yeah, it's kinda too small or the project's too big. Wait, what? High-tech to the rescue! They made all the same diamond discs you'd use on the flat lab in mini form for the rotary tools. They come in different sizes and colors to indicate the grit. I'm using the purple 220 mesh here in the smallest size. If you didn't know about these before, they're seriously advantageous for shaping and polishing on carving projects. It's a group effort as far as tools go. Here's a pink grindstone, way less abrasive than the green, and perfect for this stage. More Oregon rain, can't play outside. Nova points are another wonder tool I have to mention here. This one is the brown 600 mesh. I have all these tools hanging around already from doing freeform cabochons and small stone carvings for jewelry. This scale is crazy next level though. I feel like some bigger tools would be nice. Let me know in the description what you like. For the eyes, inlay of blue-black beach agates, incidentally from the same beach, seemed the good choice. Some finishing polish with the pink and final Nova point, and I'm throwing in the towel for now. This has been an insane several weeks-long journey to finish this incredible beast in time for the challenge. There's a pile of tool shrapnel to show for it, but so worth it. It was amazing to dance with the octopus, learning about its graceful body and learning the intimacies of the Jasper that became it. And of course, Ochiko and the octopus are still good friends. I can't wait to try another large format sculpture. Take all the lessons learned here to the next project, and I'd like to thank Theo Kellison for the invitation to the Makers Challenge. And congratulations to all of the makers. You did incredible work, so inspired. The links for those are in the description. And all of you out there, go ahead and try your own Makers Challenge and see what you come up with. I bet you surprise yourself. I know I did. And of course, thank you all for watching. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. For more information, go to ozonefineart.com and keep creating.